All right, what's going on, everybody? KB Card Stacks here, and we just pulled up to the Northwest Valley Card Show. This is one of my local shows, a little bit smaller, but heavier in vintage. We've been going down that rabbit hole. The 50-cent bins last time were incredible, loaded with Topps Chrome colors, so hoping we can get some more. And we also want to look for some cheap slabs. I want to take advantage of that COMC graded card promotion. No submission fees for any graded card. So I definitely want to find some stuff to send in before that promo ends on July 11th. Let's go inside. Let's see what we find. Hopefully some good deals today. All right, this was the setup for the show this month. A little bit of a smaller show, a couple empty tables, and then there were maybe a few more tables filled with coins than I remember previously. I don't know, maybe because there were a couple of empty tables, I noticed it a little more. Unfortunately, that 50-cent bin from last month was not here, but still got away with a couple deals. Let's talk about it. All right, these are all my pickups from the show. Didn't get a whole lot, but this is a show that I don't typically spend a lot on. I'd say anywhere from like 50 to 150 is probably my average. At other local shows, I'm anywhere from like 250 to 400. At a really good show, I'm in like the $500 to $800 range, and like a state show, maybe $800 to $1,200 or so. So I don't usually spend a lot at this show. It's usually a smaller crowd, but still came away with a lot of good stuff. One of my goals was to pick up slabs for that COMC promotion that I mentioned in the intro, but just didn't see anything, which was unfortunate. But got some vintage, got some stuff to send to COMC, got some COMC live auction stuff, and then probably my best $2 bargain bin find ever, so we'll talk about that. All right, so back from the show, I gave you a little preview of the haul. Spent $80 in total. Let's go home. I'll show you what I picked up, why I bought it, what my price was in general. Let's get right to it. All right, so we are back from the show, and I'm excited for one of these pickups. I looked up comps, we'll talk about it, but let's run through this, see what I paid for each card, what my plan is it COMC, eBay, live auction? So let's just run through it. $80 spent on this stack. I spent like an hour there, nothing too crazy. Desmond Trufant, rookie auto. He's a UW guy, I guess. I don't know, like it was $1, right? And I was gonna skip this table. I went through the dollar box on the left side of the table. I went through some of the football stuff, and I'm like, meh. But then I saw a $1, $2 box, and this is probably the best deal that I got of the day, and I'll show you why. But I don't know, at $1, I was like, whatever. This is a cool one. Jason Worth, MLB debut. I imagine this is commemorative. I didn't even look, but yeah, it's a debut medallion. But these seem to do well on COMC, just commemorative patches, things like that. So figured for $1, I'll send it to COMC for 40 cents. I'll submit it through live auction for basically $3, $1 to submit, $2 transaction fee. I think that could do well. I don't know. Jason Verlander, postseason. I don't know if they won this. It would be better if they did win in 2017. I have no clue. I showed my wife the stack of cards, and she was like, oh, he just had a baby. So congrats, Verlander. Jermaine Gresham, sweet spot signatures. I just think these are kind of cool, unique cards. I know Brady's cards, Carl collects these. I'm pretty sure he's close to finishing that set, but this is a perfect COMC card. I buy it for $1.40, send it to COMC, I list it for $5, and it's just one of those unique pieces that, you know, I think is great for COMC. They pay the shipping as well on the buyer's end. Oh, this one's numbered. I don't know if they're all numbered, but I just saw that. I saw the reflection to 200. Jackie Robinson commemorative patch. I don't know why I bought that one. I guess I had it at $14 or $15, and I like round numbers like that. Yadier Molina, these are just commemorative number medallions is what they're calling it. These do pretty well on live auction at COMC. I think it's worth a shot. This was just a unique piece. I know nothing about this guy. I don't know much about baseball, but a rookie patch commemorative. Again, I think these do well on live auction, and it's a cool card. It's numbered to what, 1430? 1430, interesting. Game use patches. Why are these so cheap? I went to the VIP show, I think last month, and I got a bunch for like 50 cents, $1. This was $2. Dante Culpepper, send this to COMC for $2.40. You don't think I can sell that for more than $2.40? And this was the big winner of the day by far. Dallas Clark rookie ticket auto in the $2 box. It was like the second to last card. He had 2 rookie ticket autos. I don't remember what the other one was, but this one was one of them. And I was like, man, that's got to be like the 2003 like Dallas Clark, like a Hall of Famer, I think. Or he should be. $2. I was like, yes, I'm definitely adding that to my pile. Like
there's no universe where I don't think this is less than 20 bucks. I just checked comps before I pulled this up. There was a PSA 9 that I think did 100, or at least that's what it showed on eBay. I don't know if it was the best offer. And then there was a raw with 7 watchers at $80. So this would pay for my entire lot just about. That's why we start at $2 box, and that's why you finish going through the boxes. I was going to walk away from this table, and I was like, you know what? It's just a lot of stuff that I'm not super interested in. Again, if I wasn't doing ComC live auctions, I wouldn't have picked up half of this stuff. And again, CJ Abrams, I think he's good. Non-ball knower, flame me for that, but these commemorative patches seem to do well. And I think I saw why I bought this. I saw someone on Twitter, they posted like a Flowers parallel, and they're like, he's one of the best rookies in baseball. I'm like, all right, cool. So that's why I bought it. 15 bucks for that stack. Pretty crazy. All right, going down my vintage rabbit hole. This is a great show if you are a vintage head. I'm a vintage head now. I don't know if I can include myself in that, so I'm sorry if I offend vintage collectors by including myself in that. But this guy's always got vintage. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go through these boxes. I pulled up my Google Docs. I have it on Google Docs now. I used to have it on Excel, but I was like, no, I need to know what I'm looking for at shows, and it was perfect. He had everything sorted by year. I'm like, cool. So Steve Largent always has the book and price. A lot of the prices, you know, compared to what thank goodness I took the time in my tracker to list like a quick price check, and I was like, all right, $20, you know, $5, $1. So that was super helpful. I'm really glad I did that, because I would have had to look up all these cards, and a lot of the prices just didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I could buy them on ComC. Really, it was like, if it was listed at $6 but on ComC for like $3, I'll just pay the $6. I'm gonna pay $1 to ship it. I'm going to wait a good amount of time to ship it home, and I'd rather just, you know, buy locally, get some, you know, rapport with this dealer that I've never really bought from him ever, I don't think. So that was nice. This one was pretty under comps. There is a little crease up here, but I'm not worried about the grade or condition. Like, I can always upgrade. This is such a long-term project. It is what it is. I will take the $12, about $20 for the card. So book price, I don't, you know, some of these might have been outdated, but this was another example. This Willie Lanier, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but I think it was like $1 on ComC. But again, I'll pay the $1 to ship it home, and then the time, and then just buying locally. So I was cool with that one. This one's, you know, banged up in the corner. I'm not super worried about it, and trashed on the back a little bit, but whatever. I'd rather buy it there. This one was pretty decent. It's just very off-centered, but 35. I think they were doing about 38 on ComC, so I was like, all right, I'll buy it here. Knock a big one out, but pretty off-centered on that one. But that's one of the bigger quarterbacks, so I'll take it. And then Jan Stenerud, I don't know, cooked me for that one, but that was pretty cheap as well. I think this was another one. It was like $2 on ComC. I'll pay that. A little off-centered too, but kicker, 1970 top. So that was 50 bucks for the 4 of them, so not bad. And then this was from Dave. Buy from him usually. I've been clearing out a lot of stuff, you know, at his tables lately. I think my last deal was like over $100, so I definitely buy quite a bit. Here's a Ken Griffey. This is a perfect live auction card. It's like some sort of USA baseball or baseball. Yeah, I don't know what this is, but cool card. I think it's got the shine and appeal for live auction. This Elvis Presley, we're gonna send it through. It was about $3 on ComC. I did a quick check there. That'll be into it for $240. We'll try it out. And then same with this Joe Montana. I think there was a copy for like $4 on ComC. So I'm in the money on that. Send it through live auction. And then 2 other cards. Deion Sanders, this is his, I guess, preferred or technical rookie card, the one that you want. They were on ComC for about $8, but again, you know, it's going to be about $10 of time, I would say. And I figured in this whole bundle deal, I would take $5. It would be right where I want it to be. And this was actually a decent one. Been getting into, you know, kind of the reprint things, just seeing, you know, I don't know, the market on that, particularly with Mickey Mantle. I haven't explored this, so I looked this up, and there were comps at like 15, there were comps at like 30, and I was like, you know what, I'll take the shot there, and we'll see. I mean, Walter Payton, his rookie card is outrageous in terms of price. So that's one for this little NFL 100 set that I'm doing. Like, I'm not acquiring that card for a very long time. I get it, this is shiny and it's got the Archives logo on here. So I felt good with the con. It was about $30 or so, I think, on a good amount. Some were 20, 15, there was 10, there was 40, there was 30. So it was all over the place. So not a bad little haul. Again, I think that rookie ticket and honestly the Walter Payton If I could get, 30 on that, then that makes my show, and then we'll figure out what to do with the rest of this all ComC live auction stuff as we continue to learn through that avenue. So that's everything. If you enjoyed, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Peace. Love you. Bye.